UK Goosebumps here with another video, and sorry if I sniff throughout the video. I somehow got a cold again. I don't know how. But today we're going to start the original series, and I'm very excited to announce that we're starting it with Welcome to Dead House. I'm going to probably do these in order, so go from 1s to 62, not do ones in between. But if I haven't really figured it out yet. This is the first ever Goosebumps book released, 1992, and for what it was released in, this is in immaculate condition. It's incredible. But yeah, 30 years old now. No, 31. So yeah, let's get into this then. So this book starts off with the Benson family, and they're going to see this new house in a place called Dark Falls. So Dark Falls is already like dark neighborhood. It's always misty, and it's just seen by that there's like this artificial kind of darkness to it. That's how it describes it in the book. So they arrive there, and a man called Mr. Dawes, I think his name is, it's Dawes, greets them, and basically shows them around the house. And the girl, Amanda, her name is. There's a boy as well called Josh, who's her brother. Amanda thinks she sees a boy in the window of the house, but she dismisses it and thinks it's nothing. They go into the neighborhood, and again, it seems like it's really dark. There's no one around. They can't see anyone, so they think that's really weird and everything. And then Josh and Petey is the family dog, have run off all of a sudden. They can't find them anywhere. So they drive and they eventually find them, but Petey's acting really strangely, and he's barking and he's really erratic. So they leash him up and they head home, because Mr. Dawes tells them that they can head back in a couple of weeks to sign all the contracts to actually go into the house. And they are told that their great uncle has handed the house down to them. So Amanda goes back to her house for around 2 weeks and says goodbye to all her friends and everything. So 2 weeks later, they go back to the house and explore the neighborhood a bit more. Again, it doesn't seem like there's many people there, but when the sun starts to go down, they actually see this boy called Ray, and this girl called Karen. They both say that they've lived in their house, the house that they're in at the minute, and she thinks that's a bit strange. Anyway, so Ray introduces Amanda to his friend group, and a couple times they try to do some weird stuff like circle Amanda and Josh and try to attack them and things like that, but she just thinks maybe they're joking or something like that. Anyway, Petey actually goes missing again, so they go off, they sneak out the house in the middle of the night because Josh is so worried about Petey to try and go find him. They end up in the cemetery where Josh thinks Petey has run to. So they go to the cemetery, and they notice all the gravestones has the names of their friends. Ray and Karen and the friend group and everything are actually on the gravestones. This bit kind of reminded me of the bit from, was it Zombie School? Welcome to Zombie School, I think it was called, something like that, from the Hall of Horror series, where he jumps over the fence and all the gravestones have the names of the students. It kind of reminded me of that, so I don't know if Zombie School kind of took inspiration from Dead House, maybe, who knows. Anyway, Ray suddenly comes out from behind one of the gravestones and admits to being a zombie, a living dead. And he says he actually had to kill Petey. Yeah, just take that in for a second. He said he had to kill the dog. This is brutal. Anyway, yeah, so he says he had to kill the dog because dogs can sense the living dead. And you can see this throughout a few Goosebumps books, like The Ghost Next Door. And there's a couple others, I can't really remember what they are, but it's actually dogs bark. Oh yeah, that's it, Ghost Speech. Dogs bark when they can sense ghosts. So it's an occurring thing throughout Goosebumps. Anyway, he says he had to kill Petey, and every year they have to have the blood of one living person to keep alive. So Josh actually shines his torch in Ray's face, and Ray disintegrates everywhere. So Josh and Amanda, they run back to the house, where Mr. Dawes meets them, saying, I know where your parents are, I can help you, come with me. So they think he's helping them. But then he takes them to the cemetery, and it turns out that he's actually a living dead as well. He admits it. He says, a few years ago, the factory in Dark Falls broke down and all this gas came over the town, turning everyone into the living dead. And he explains again that they need to kill a person every year to have their blood, otherwise they can't stay alive. So Josh distracts him by whacking him on the head with a torch, which I thought was quite funny. And then they run off to go find their parents. So their parents are actually tied up in this like stone pit underneath this tree. So the tree's covering for the shade because they can't actually be exposed to light to these people, otherwise they disintegrate, which is shown by Ray when he got hit by that torch. So the kids come up with an idea, and they actually basically push down this tree, and all of the light comes onto all the dead people, and they all disintegrate and die. So their parents are saved and everything. All the living dead are gone. So they're packing up, trying to get out there as fast as possible. They're on their way out. They see someone who looks familiarly like Mr. Dawes, showing a family to their house that they used to be in. Remember, Mr. Dawes never said he got disintegrated or anything. It just said he got hit on the head by a torch. So it's probably him. And as Amanda and Josh go by, they say to the kids who are in the family, "Oh, we used to live in that house." And the book ends. This book has a good ending. I really like the ending of this book. It was actually like a good ending, as in not as in a good ending for like a Goosebumps book, as in it was a happy ending. So I thought that was nice for this one. There was no like twist at the end or everything, because he normally does that. For being the first Goosebumps book, it's definitely good, because at this point he didn't get many complaints about it being gory and not for children, because as Goosebumps went on, they got more complaints for it, should children be reading gory stuff, which I think is a bit stupid because it was never that gory. So yeah, it was quite gory at some parts, like them wanting to kill them and drink their blood, and them actually having to kill the dog, which doesn't even come alive again or anything. It literally just dies, which I thought was pretty dark. But yeah, my honest opinion on this book, it's not amazing. It's just really, it's not amazing, but it's good. I enjoyed reading it. I would read it again, definitely. So yeah, that's my opinion on this book. There were definitely some parts better than others, but I thought it was just a consistent story. So yeah, definitely enjoyed this, and would definitely recommend. Next review is going to be Say Cheese and Die, which I'm not looking forward to, if I'm honest. It's just meh. So yeah, I'm also going to be planning to finish the Hall of Horror series first. It's just The Birthday Party No Return is such a trash book that it's so hard to get through. But yeah, that's what's coming up basically. Also, Live on Stage review is going to be coming up, and hopefully we can get through the original series this year. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Bye.